walimuua wakamkata miguu miwili, si vile? Walimkata miguu miwili wachoma kuche wake, ase tuko na mkuu. Sasa sipendi lala nabo, ase wataniua. Ndio vile nilala nabo, maana walifanya violence niko na nyumba ya mtoto na baba wangu. Ningesema pale nikule nyama zake, basi ninaipika nikaitika.
If you ask women
first and foremost, giving all honor and praise and glory unto Yahweh. Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash, bless Yahweh, bless Yahushai, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahushai, call Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai. Shalom to the elect, shalom to the hopeful elect, shalom to Yahakims, pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Welcome back to another lesson, another video. How much more in Jacob's trouble and when the lights go out? So once again, how much more in Jacob's trouble and when the lights go out? You women are going to come running for the reproach and the troubles you will be in and be facing. Now, say the 3rd chapter, you women will be brought low. Okay? Isaiah 3 and 25 to 26. Isaiah 3 and 25 to 26. Thy man shall fall by the sword, and thy might in the war, and her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Second Ezra 16:33 to 34, and the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husband. The daughter shall mourn, having no helpers. In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husband shall perish of famine. And there's multiple wars that will happen. Okay? Not just the main war that will come, World War III. There will be gender wars, civil wars, class wars, and so forth. And there will be a draft. Husbands will be sent out. Okay? Sons, brothers meaning siblings. Men you know and men you are under. Siblings, and even for you wicked woman. There will be a draft, and they already passed that law, a few months back. Okay? And for you women for you women that was in the military, and you were wicked, you think you tough and equal to a man. The day is coming where you will have to prove it when the draft happened for you women as well. Isaiah 32 and 2. For the reproach that your woman will suffer and go through, the troubles, the judgments, the destruction, and so forth. In the draft that will happen, the mans that was supposed to be there to protect you won't no more be over there. Okay? They will also leave some wicked men behind. Okay? And those men will take advantage of that, and we can see that happening. Okay, this is why you women will mourn. Okay, you'll be left alone. Don't know what to do, and what even more trouble will come. Okay, there will be evils and so forth, and what you will be left to fend for yourself. But what? There will be a righteous man, the elect that is, of Yahweh Shemel Shah, which will be what? That shall be hidden. No, you was independent. Okay, you wanted Pookies and Ray Rays and so forth. You women didn't want no Steve Urkels. Just an example. We're not Steve Urkels. We're not weak. You women didn't want Clark Kent and so forth. Okay, Y'all are willing that we are those men. But Isaiah 32 and 2, a man, a elect man of Yahweh shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Okay? A man, an elect man of Yahweh shall not just any man, okay? Okay, those men will be what? Hid, safe. Okay? Food will pass through those men's lips. They will be protected. We'll be protected by our higher power, Yahweh Shemel Shah. Okay? Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Okay? A man of Yahweh Shemel Shah at that time, you will be scraping and tugging for a man of the Lord, man. A man of Yahweh Shemel Shah, because this is where the safety will be. Okay? Okay, these men will be austere, strict, and rough. Okay? They will have the power, and their God will be on their side. Yahweh Shemel Shai. And you women would flock to power. Okay, so we can see how this will happen, how Isaiah 4 and 1 would come to pass. And with Isaiah 4 and 1, Isaiah 4 and 1, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread, meaning our own food, and wear our own apparel, our own clothes. Only let us be called by thy name. Meaning what? Meaning what? Meaning to be married by that man. about that name to take away our reproach. Okay? Meaning what? 7 women mean what? A complete number of women, not just one. They won't care at that time how many women that you have under your wing or how many women you with. They will come to the elect man, shamefaced, humble, and sincere. Some wicked women will come running too as well, but they will be what? Dealt with. So once again, you will come running for your reproach. Okay, in Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30, 40-7. Jeremiah 34-7, and these are the words that the Lord Yahweh spoke concerning Israel and concerning Judah. Israel being what? The northern kingdom, and what Judah is what the southern kingdom, consisting of 3 tribes: Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. This is the 12 tribes of the 12 tribes of whole. For thus said the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear, and not of peace. Action I see what a man do it travailing with child. Therefore do I see every man with his hands on his loin as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned to paleness. At last, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but ye shall be saved out of it. Meaning what? They elect. But what? Daniel 12:1. There's like no other. 2 Timothy 3:1, roughly preface of, if I'm not mistaken, perilous times shall come. 2 Ezra 8:50, many great miseries. Matthew 24, what great tribulation that was never the like. Okay? 2 Ezra 14, 16-17. Okay, greater evils than those that have been seen, and that was never the like will come, man. Okay, this is Jacob's trouble, and 1 Peter 4:17, what judgment shall come to the house of Israel first, the house of Yahweh shall first. Okay, to them that know the truth. Okay, and to them that don't know the truth. Okay, Jacob's trouble. Okay, and so once again, for this reproach and trouble and evils to come, once again, for you woman, you will come running for your reproach, shamefaced. You will be and what? Yeah. Some righteous women will come running, and also there will be some wicked women that will come running. The righteous woman will come, be humble, sincere, shamefaced. But some of you wicked women, what you will be denied by those men, by those elect men. Those elect men will be given the power to discern from your wicked woman, from your wicked Eves that come running. Okay? Okay? I'm telling you right now, when all hell breaks loose, man, you wicked woman will be denied access to the elect men. Okay? No games will be played with you. Okay? You will be on the ground mourning, lamenting. Okay, so going back, this is what women will go through for worse. The woman and what your woman will suffer, man. Okay, man. Marcus 7:10. Then she that is Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord Yahweh power? Thy God. My eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets. You had the big car. You had the big job, the big car. Okay, the big house. Living good. Living good. Don't need no man. Independent. And running through men with a lot of adultery. Saying you can have it, man gotta have 6 figures and so forth to deal with you. And if a man can't provide, you go to the other man. That's a whole lot of adultery that's being committed by you women that think that you're on top of the world. Okay? And with a lot of abortions, which are sacrifices. Okay? And for the wicked Eve, for your wicked woman, there have been self-will. Self-will, you will be counted as a dog. Okay? Okay, and she that live in pleasure is dead while she living. And that's what your women are doing now, living in pleasure, man. Verse 7 to 5 and 6. But she that living in pleasure is dead while she living. Okay, and where's there no hedge, the possession spoil? What? The woman of what possesses unto your man, unto your husband. And when your woman don't have a hedge, a husband, a protector. Okay? So going back, where's no head, no edge, no husband, a protector, you're spoiled. Okay, remember you woman are the weaker vessel. And wicked man, take advantage of that. So how much more, going back to Isaiah 3:25 to 26, and 2 Esdras 16:33 to 34, when your husbands and so forth is gone. Okay, so once again, we can see how this will play out. But going back, for the elect, there's an elect lady. But for the elect lady, hopefully that is, because we did not make ourselves part of that number. For the ones that are already under a man of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and what you acquired out the way, okay, and what roughly parents of what and child labor, shall she be saved? Okay, it says this is how every woman will be saved, and so forth. Praying for your man, taking care of the household, what's required for a wife to do, taking care of your man, supportive, helping, and so forth. This is not for you, but fear nonetheless. Okay? Continue to do what you're supposed to be doing, and keep trying. Okay? And what for you, for elect woman that don't have a husband? No. And in the world, they will call you women, pygmies. Women that have a righteous mindset and so forth. And You don't have a husband, a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but you're working your salvation with fear and trembling, trying continue to do so. You will be protected by Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and eventually he will send you one of his men in that time of trouble, going back to what Isaiah 41. You will come running, shamefaced, humble. And when at that time, the elect man, they will have a way to discern, from the righteous of your woman to the wicked of your woman. You will have a glow about you at that time if you're a righteous woman. Okay? And so forth. You're being sincere. But this is me speaking as a man upon the globe, however it will happen, it will happen. Okay? So going back, but for you wicked women, you wicked Eves of the 12 tribes, you should fear. Okay? Because once again, I'm telling you, Isaiah 3, you will be brought low, and your woman will suffer. Okay, for all the wickedness that you have done, or the evil that you have done, and so forth. And these words are cutting you, because you're not right. You're evil, wicked. But going back to the video, far worse, how much more in Jacob's trouble. And when these lights go out, far worse will come. More evils and troubles for your woman until your woman. Wait until 911 get cut off, as well as these lights. You're big and bad, tough, by yourself. You don't need no bag. You're independent. You're tough. And half your women have a little gun, little pink Glock, and a taser, a mace, and you think that's going to save you? It seems as you have forgot the serial, okay, killers that have been never been caught, / ravagers, serial ravagers, okay? And when these lights cut off, and don't forget them prisons, okay? And don't forget your Pukui Arabians, as well as the migrants. And when these lights cut off, man, these wicked men, oh man, they coming, man. They coming for your woman, man. Once again, we see how this is playing out. Okay? Okay, your woman will be traded for some canned goods, for what's between your legs and so forth, man. Once again, we see how this is going to play out. Okay? Okay? Your woman, your children, your pregnant woman. Once again, we see how this will play out. Okay? Isaiah 32:9. Isaiah 32:9, rise up ye, women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ears unto my speech. Okay? Second Ezra 15:14-19. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draw nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against one another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. Okay? It don't matter if you come and hide in your house. Okay? Man will break down the windows, the doors, and so forth, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, meaning what their higher powers. So once again, when the lights go out, no more 911, no more authorities, no more police and so forth. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, meaning what their higher ups, the president, the governors, the mayors, and so forth. In the course of their exercise in their power. Okay? Militias and so forth. Okay? Wicked men will get together and so forth. Okay? And we can see some of you wicked women joining those men. Because what you women, once again, you flock to power. You're going to join those men. Those wicked men for your reproach. Once again, we can see it playing out. You're going to join these wicked men for your reproach. First it's going to, start off, you're going to join them. You're going to do evil with them. And so forth. And you're going to be under that. It's going to start off with you being under the man with the most authority. Once again, you women flock to power. Speaking for you wicked women and so forth. Once again, you are flocking into the men that have power. And you will sleep with them and so forth. But them going around doing evil, they're going to take multiple women for themselves. So what? You going to become useless, and what he will pass you down to the man that is with to the evil. So once again, we can see how this will play out once again. Okay? And these are the things that will take place and happen. Okay? You will be of value for some time, and then what, you will become useless, and what, you will be passed. Okay? You will no more be equal that you think yourself to be. Okay? So going back, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power, and man shall desire to go in the city and shall not be able. There will be what? Martial law. As well as what? A man shall desire to go in the city and shall not be able. There will be evil in every turn that you take. Okay? And what? There will be 15-minute cities as well. Okay? For because of the pride of the cities shall be troubled. For because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Okay, his fellow man, his fellow neighbor. Okay? The neighbors that you think you was having barbecues and so forth beforehand. Everything was good, everything was peachy. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the house with the sword. And what is the might of this sword? The gun. Okay? And spoil their goods. Okay, the little bread, little food, water, and so forth that you have heaped up to yourself, the little rice, canned goods, the things you have prepped upon. Okay? Spoil their goods. To spoil their goods meaning what they'll also spoil. Okay, a man's wife at that time. Okay? Man's children and so forth. I mean, they will also spoil you as well. Spoil your woman, man. Okay? They will take you as goods, man. Okay? As trades and so forth. Okay? And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. Once again, there will be a famine. And for great tribulation. Isaiah 13 and 16. Their children shall also be dashed into pieces before their eyes. Okay? And their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Okay? Search up the word ravished. Okay? So once again, how much more in Jacob's trouble? And when the lights go out, I will be playing the full video at the end. Okay? But that's about all I wanted to grab. I'm a rock to Zah, y'all rock to Zah. Lord willing, this is edifying. On to the next.
Walimuua wakamkata miguu miwili, si vile? Sasa alimkata miguu miwili wakachoma kuche wake. Ase tuko na mkuu. Sasa sipendi lala nabo. Ase wataniua. Sasa kile nilala nabo. Maana walifanya violence niko na mbaya mtoto. Na baba wangu. Nikasema pale nikule nyama zake. Basi ninaipika nikaitika.
If you ask women and girls what their main fear would be should the world end or society around them collapse, they're going to tell you that part of their fear is what men are going to do to them given the opportunity. And I think part of that is because women are walking around with the knowledge that what stops a lot of men from doing awful things to them is the idea that there might be a repercussion for them, for the man, if they were to be caught and found out, that society would know that they had done this thing, would judge them, that they would go to jail, like whatever. If you're a guy listening to this, I want you to think really carefully about some of the dudes that you know and what they would do to women and girls if they could guarantee that they would never be caught. There's a really poignant scene in The Walking Dead where one of the male characters says something like, if these guys find us, our men are going to be dead and our women are going to wish that they were. And as a former humanitarian aid worker, I was warned about this all the time. I was warned, like, if you go there and you are taken, they will kill the men, but what they will do to you is going to be so much worse. And also, as a humanitarian aid worker, I have been to countries and spoken to people who witnessed society collapse and the chaos around that because of like extreme weather events or natural phenomenon or even civil war. And the one thing that every one of those scenarios had was women and girls being raped and sexually assaulted. I went to Haiti in 2010 after the earthquake, and I also went to Pakistan after a flood happened in the same year. And in both countries, I spoke to women who were raped or sexually assaulted by men within the chaos, because men seized their opportunity to do something to these women and girls, knowing that it was highly unlikely, because it was chaotic, that they were going to be caught and held accountable for those actions. And the same thing happened when I went to Jordan a few years ago to speak to Syrian refugees. The women there told me of being raped and sexually assaulted when they were in Syria, when they were trying to escape the civil war, and also after they'd moved to Jordan and were living in refugee camps. Like, they were afraid to go to the toilet. They moved around in packs. Like, there was this knowledge in the back of their mind, like, there are men here who will seize the opportunity to do something to me because they don't feel like anything's going to happen to them as a result of doing that. Imagine being a man and only having to worry that the world might end or society might collapse, and not also having to worry about what the other gender will do to you if that happens. Like, some things are worse than death, and women are walking around with the knowledge that what keeps them safe is this tiny thread of a threat that men might pay the price if they do something like that. Once that's gone,